Love you, Mama.
Love you, Mama.
We love you.
Love you.
Can't wait to marry you tomorrow.
Marry you tomorrow.
And my
That's right.
cousin's here.
Hello.
Congratulations to Paula and EJ. Looking forward to tomorrow night. The big day, September 3rd, 2022. The same day my mom and dad got married in 1955. Just by coincidence. Praise God.
I'm Sherry. Ethan's little sister, if you guys don't know who I am. The speech will be very short and sweet. Being the youngest girl in the house full of boys, you can all imagine that I didn't always see eye to eye with my siblings. However, I always admired my older brother EJ. He has always been a good example for me and our other siblings as well. One thing that I've always admired about him is about how driven he is. When he wants something, he will do whatever it takes to get it. Whether that be life goals, career goals, he achieves them. I watched my brother become a man, a father, and soon to be a husband. I'm so excited for what tomorrow is going to bring. Paula, even though you already are, I'm excited to officially welcome you on as a sister. You have always been there for us when we needed you. You always come with the greatest gifts for the littles, all perfectly wrapped from Nordstrom, or yourself, because you would do really good. Nonetheless, I can't wait for what tomorrow has. Cheers to the Houstons. Paula and EJ.
Sherry said her speech would be short and bad, and she lied. Thank you. Hi, my name is Matt Bromagem. Just one second, my phone just... I'm one of the Bromagem twins. Jake is my brother. I've known EJ from playing sports for most of my life, but we became really good friends about 10 years ago. When we met, I like to remember that EJ and I were both youthful and handsome. Charming, skinny, and in really good shape. Today, 10 years later, I guess we're both really still charming. It's been a really fun 10 years, but I don't know how good it was on our bodies. When I think of one word to describe EJ, the word family is what always pops up. EJ and family go hand in hand. If you're close with EJ, you're either part of his actual family, or he makes you feel like you are. EJ comes from a great and close family. I don't think I've come across anyone that dislikes the Houstons. They are outgoing, charismatic, and likable. They are so likable that they even went on the Family Feud. They did not win the game, nor did they even come close to winning the feud. But they did win over Steve Harvey and the hearts of America. They were the lovable losers. And since the Houstons have Michigan roots, some might say they are the Detroit Lions of the Family Feud. But I like to think of them more as the Fab Five. A Michigan team with a lot of swag that came really close to winning it all. EJ is really close with his family, and I think that's where we truly bonded. We both love our parents, and we are really, really close with our siblings. EJ and I both have sisters whom we love dearly, but we are not as close to in age. The way we show that love is by protecting our sisters and asking for their help and guidance. EJ and I both have brothers who are very, very close to us in age and whom we love to death. The way we have shown that brotherly love to our respective brothers is through screaming arguments, chokeholds, and punches to the face. Here's a fun fact. EJ and I both have a brother named Jake. And we are both actually undefeated in arguments against our brothers. Jake Houston, you cannot fly a helicopter. Jake Browngen, you cannot beat me in basketball. These are unique ways to show brotherly love, but one that EJ and I and our brothers have really bonded over. Speaking of strong bonds, we are here for the union of Paula and EJ. Though Paula and EJ are very similar in that they're likable, outgoing, and fun, I actually believe what made them hit it off so quickly is their love for family. Paula and EJ love family so much that they wasted no time in starting their own. All joking aside, I think I can speak for everyone that we are all so impressed at the family you two created. Caden is such a wonderful kid, and it's because Paula and EJ were meant to be wonderful parents and create their own loving family. Paula, Paula, we all see the profound impact you've had on EJ. We all knew EJ had this in him, but you unleashed his best self, and I've never seen him happier. EJ also seems to bring out the best in you, and I can't think of two people who are a better match. Paula, I'm really honored to be a part of your big day, and I'm really grateful that you and EJ made it possible for me to be here, all the way from Croatia. EJ, even though we've never punched each other or had a screaming argument, you know that I love you like a brother, and I'm really proud to be a part of your family.
I didn't travel all the way from Croatia, so let's start with that. But good evening, everybody, and welcome to this special occasion. You at this table, we're all now family, and we're so honored that you were able to spend this day with all of us. We're really glad to have everybody here. If you don't know, I'm EJ's oldest sister. And after being the only, like anybody, niece, grandchild, whatever, for about 11, 12 years, I prayed really, really, really hard that God would send me a sibling. Like somebody, it doesn't anything. So one Christmas morning, my parents brought home this little baby, and God answered my prayers. In walked through the door like the beautifulest baby, like I knew what a beautiful baby was, but to me, that I've ever saw. Head full of hair, and already I was in love with him. He was everything I could imagine. One would think that like 11, 12 years, you'd have nothing in common, but instantly he literally became my best friend. I thought he was my doll, my baby. We shared so many childhood memories, even though he probably never remembers most of them. I took him on his first slide down Greg's Park. He didn't know about it. I accidentally dropped him in the dishwasher. He didn't know about that either. But from playing house and creating our very own toddler church band, like he was in my choir. He doesn't know about that either, probably. Sleeping in my bed on many stormy nights. I am honored to have watched him grow into the man that he is today. But all in all, the bond that we share is very, very special to me. And EJ, I want you to know that I will cherish that bond forever. I love you, and I thank you for being my little brother. And as the oldest sibling comes great responsibility and a lot of rules. And I really always want to support my siblings, and I really want what's best for them. And I try to, show that with resources and the right support. And with all of you and the guidance of a village, I think that's why he's became the incredible man and father that he is today. He competes, he's very competitive. Probably, don't tell anybody, up to a couple years I could beat him in some things. I can't beat him in anything anymore. He's grown to be stronger than me, even though I'm not going to admit that either. But he's a leader. He stands up for what's right. He fights for social justice. He's a really hard worker, and he's an amazing, amazing father. Just so you know, EJ, I'm very, very proud of you. I know that as your older sister, I'm supposed to be the role model, but in all actuality, you're the role model to me. I want you to know that I look up to you, and I am proud to see the man that you've become today. So fast forward to Christmas 2016, so Christmas must be very significant with us. EJ attended our traditional Christmas party, annual Christmas party that my grandma used to have every year for us. But this time, he brought Paula. And I knew instantly that she was somebody special. So I want to take a moment personally, Paula, to thank you for being there for my brother, for standing by his side. I want to thank you for being his rock. And I know our family will always be there for EJ, but you were there in moments when he needed something else. And I'm so glad that that person is you. I am also honored to share this day with you, and I now have a sister. I've always had a sister, but officially tomorrow Paula will be my official sister. But I'm so honored to share that with you. And now we get to share being his role model and share being his best friend. And I'm so grateful that it's you. Thank you for being an amazing mother to my nephew, for raising him. There's no one else I could imagine to be by his side. Because I know how special, because he did tell me, how special you are to him. So because the wedding hashtag is Along Came Paula, I thought it would be fitting to take a quote from the movie. So Along Came Paula, most of you don't know, was a 2004 sitcom where Ruben went inside his hippopotamus and he finds his life taking a different turn when along came Paula and he falls in love. So there's a quote in the movie and it says, "It's not about what happened in your past or what you think might happen in the future. It's all about the ride." And then it says, there is no point going through all of this crap. They use the word shit. I'll say crap, shit, crap. So if you're not going to enjoy the ride, and what are you doing? And then it says, when you least expect something great comes along, something better than you ever planned for. So everybody raise a glass to me, because that someday has come, because along came Paula, and we're so honored that it did. Cheers to amazing couple and blessings for a lifetime of enjoying the ride. I love you guys.
I'm actually quite surprised to see all the Houstons here with the state fair going on. If you didn't know, since they've stopped working there, Sweet Martha's has posted record sales because they've stopped handing out thousands of garbage bags of cookies. I first met EJ in 2001. We were both freshmen in homeroom class, and EJ had the courage to talk to me and bond over an East Bay magazine. It was very fitting our first bond was over the love of shoes. I had met a few other friends at this point, but EJ was the first person at Cretan that I had a true bond with that was not forced like the lunch table I sat at. We became close extremely fast, bonding over our love of sports. Very quickly, EJ was invited to weekend sleepovers, which very quickly turned into the question of, "Hey Steve, do you care if my brothers come along?" It's not often that you gain a best friend and automatically comes with two more. As someone who grew up with 2 sisters, 3 Irish twin brothers was quite amazing to see as an only boy. I learned very quickly why EJ had the personality he did. EJ was not quiet and awkward like the rest of my friends, but charming and outgoing. He was the only friend who would come over and say, "Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Lendway," and chat with my family. He was a true gentleman early on, and it was very contagious to those around him. Often when sleeping over at EJ's, he would be doing laundry, ironing clothes, making dinner, and I was wondering who does this as a freshman in high school, but EJ did. He had jobs before most kids did in high school, and always seemed to be driving around in some different Firebird or Honda Civic, which were always manual, which didn't really change much until about a year or so ago. EJ played football, basketball, and ran track. This man could literally do it all. He would be the first one down the court on the fast break, miss the layup, get the rebound, make the layup. So he was also brilliant at padding his stats. You are looking at the once fastest man in the state with possibly the greatest six-pack a high school student could have. Girls liked EJ, and guys wanted to be like EJ. By senior year, everyone at Cretan knew EJ, and I was lucky to call him one of my best friends. Then college came, and a new, darker EJ had emerged. The first, most badass thing you can do as a Catholic schoolboy, now on your own, is go to the Mall of America, sit in the window at a glitz and glammed up Claire's, and get your ears pierced with your friend. With this new dangerous side came an even more outgoing EJ. Facebook was the new thing, and most of us had like 200 or 300 friends, which was basically just high school kids you never talked to. But then you'd look at EJ, and he's already climbing in the thousands. EJ was, and to this day is, the biggest social butterfly I know. Everywhere you go on the U of M campus, you'd always run into EJ or possibly Jake and Isaiah. With a massive amount of friends, you'd think it's impossible to remain loyal and stay in touch. With EJ, that was never an issue. You could go days, months, years, but the next time you saw him, it picks right up where you left off. Have a good sleep on the couch together, and you're right back to being best friends. He did this with literally everyone I know. With EJ's deep connections and loyalty comes danger. Often people were jealous of the amount of friends and connections, so they'd often find themselves lying on the ground after the bar closed, especially if it involved his brothers. I never fully understood it until someone was once choking me, and that person somehow ended up 25 feet on the other side of the room, followed by EJ speaking with the bouncer getting that person kicked out. I'm not condoning violence, but love makes you do crazy things. EJ loved all his friends and family like I've never seen. Even with this newfound love for a good fight or two here and there, EJ always remained humble and willing to meet and grow an already enormous group of friends. Like most people in their 20s, hanging out on Saturdays or Sunday after a night out was always the best part. Everyone forgot what they did the night before, but leave it to EJ to fill you in on every detail. But the girls look like you were talking to her, or even the amount and the types of pizza you consumed. The college years truly flew by, and EJ was the glue holding all the friendships together well into our 30s. While a lot of friends were settling down or getting married, EJ always kept himself available as a friend. I can honestly say most people here, and most people not, that probably aren't here, that'll be at the wedding, people that aren't at the wedding, have some of the closest friendships they have, or they would not have them if it were not for EJ. If you made a murder board, think of like an investigation with EJ right in the middle and tied together how everyone met, EJ would probably be the most prolific serial killer of all time. My life has truly been amazing because of all of the people in it, and I owe most of that part to EJ. Which brings me to the last chapter, semi-responsible EJ. I'll never forget sitting down at the Van Buren house, looking at a trail up looking at a trail of chewed up pen caps. EJ could turn a pen cap into a flat sheet of plastic somehow, meaning EJ might be nervous. He began to tell me how he believes he found the one. I don't think I'd met Paula at this point, but I could see in his eyes, and of course from the pen caps, that this man was 100% going to marry this woman. When you've seen the love from a friend with so many over the years, you just know it. And I know he was truly in love and happy. I then met Paula, and it all made sense. Two incredible humans, two people with very large groups of friends who think the world of them. It all made sense. Paula, like EJ, had a perfect smile that was contagious, which also led me to believe she chewed on pen caps. Which was the secret to whiter teeth and a great smile. You could see the love and happiness between the two of them, and it just felt like it was meant to be. The next thing I remember is EJ pushing me very hard to get over to his place as soon as possible. And with that, I saw the exact same look in his eyes as when he told me Paul was the one, that he and Paul were pregnant. It was, as we all know, pretty shocking at the time, but we all knew how amazing of a father you would be without question. You can do it all, you can do it all, and you had a village, but you definitely didn't even need the village. EJ once called me out in front of my senior year class without my knowledge about how our friendship meant so much to his life. I think I can say the same thing for you. You've saved a lot of people's lives by bringing people and loved ones together. That never would have happened if it weren't for you. With that said, I can see you have found a person for you in your life after bringing so many others together. I love you both. Cheers to you.
Yeah, I just want to say, or we want to say, thank you guys for coming out tonight, for the kind words. This is amazing to have the love in this room. You guys, and our son, and our cousin. I'm really, really touched tonight. Excited to share it tomorrow with you. So, thanks. Hang out for a bit here. And yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow for the big day.